What's your church?
It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Oh wow. I'm about to go to the art gallery, so it looks pretty. One thing I've noticed, there's a lot of people out proselytizing here. So there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses out. And then there's just a whole bunch of other, just got kind of someone come up to me to ask if I would join their youth group, and had an easy out, which is that I'm not from here. But yeah, I've just noticed a lot of church vibe here in Adelaide, which is fine, but just an interesting insight. But it's a nice day, and I'll go see what art we can find here. Is there a lot of Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints around here?
Yeah. A couple of chapels around there.
Interesting. Yeah, because this is the second time today someone's asked me to join their youth group. Yeah, someone asked me to join their youth group an hour ago. So yeah, I don't know if I have a vibe of someone who joins. Anyway, very interesting. But
That's okay.
thank you for
You just wanted to come check out
approaching. It just happened again. Good morning. I'm currently heading to the train station, going thrifting, and I'm going to cheap thrift shops. I didn't realize how close the train station was, so I just kept walking, and basically now I've made the walk longer than it was before to the train station. So I've come all the way out here because I saw a TikTok saying that these are worthwhile stores to go to. I was hoping this would be a rich area and that they would have rich people clothes. I haven't been into the Vinnies yet, but so far from what I can see, it's not giving the kind of area where I would expect to find the sorts of clothes which I hope to find. But we shall see. Okay, I just did the Vinnies and the World Vision or something like that. What's it called? Red Cross. And I think the Red Cross is good. The Vinnies was more expensive, I would say. And also the variety, at least for me, like it didn't have anything which I thought was kind of like cool. I'm now going to the RSPCA.
That you didn't want me, you turned me upside down, and then you lit my bed.
The thing is that this looks really good, but it feels like polyester. I feel like this one looks good specifically stood like this.
Waste another minute. Hey, it's alright now. Listen to touch you.
Wow, my hair's looking crazy with this hat. I had a really good experience with those last couple shops, especially, what was it? Save the Children. I didn't notice that one on the list of shops to go to, but it was on the way to Salvo's, and I got a Tommy Hilfiger blazer, I guess, and it was $12. It's too big for me, but there would be certain outfits where it would work. It actually looks really cool with these jeans on, I think. And I got a couple more shirts. I was trying to find some business casual stuff because I had like an internship coming up. When I was crossing the road, I don't know how to describe it. I wasn't jaywalking basically is what I'm trying to say. And some dude shouted at me to fuck off. What did he say? Fuck home, fuck away? I don't know. So yeah, feeling happy to be here in Adelaide, and even happier to be actually fucking off in a couple of days. Anyway, it ended up being less than $100 I spent, like maybe $80, and I got well more than that, I think, in terms of value. I've just been waiting around for an Apple store appointment all day, and then I went, and basically my computer is kaput, so that's quite annoying. But I'm amused by it because it's my own stupid fault for dousing it with kombucha. I feel like my hopes or expectations for South Australia were and are quite low, and so I don't feel as jolly and jovial because I'm kind of like, oh, I wish I'd chosen a better location to go to. But I think I just need to hype up Adelaide more. Like I just need to find something cool about Adelaide that it's doing differently than other places. Like I liked that they have like a mall, like an open air mall or whatever you call it. Kind of reminds me of Ottawa actually. Near where I stayed, there's like a plaza or something where you can go shopping and everything's out in the open and it's like bright and stuff. The weather is good actually. In Sydney right now it's like 30 degrees, but here it's like 20 something, which is way preferable to 30 degrees. Let's explore the State Library. I've just made it to the botanical gardens, or the botanic gardens here in Adelaide, and I've just come in, but they look pretty and they close at 6:30, so I'm gonna have a snack now and I'm gonna walk around. But the wind today, oh my god, it's not doing me any justice. My hair is a mess, but I've seen people with worse, so that does make me feel better. It's currently 5 o'clock and I finished my walk around. I'm gonna go back to my hostel because everything else on my like saved maps list is already closed. These trees are really fun. I remember in like primary school and preschool we used to have them on the playground, and basically when a stem, oh, one just fell off. When a stem comes off, I don't know if this is an international thing or not, or if this is an Australian native, but basically like each of these like little lines that you see, like they detach from one another. So they're really good like when you're anxious and you're sitting on the playground listening to a teacher talking, you can just kind of pull them apart because they'll be all over the playground. And yeah, I like them. I'm trying to find a bottle brush because I want to say something about the bottle brush, because these are the trees which I have immense knowledge of as a social scientist. I just thought of a random fun fact to mention, which is that we have our own bees here in Australia. So like we have foreign bees, but we also have native bees. And I don't know if it's all of them or if there's different species of them that do this, but there are black native bees that don't sting. And so they do all the normal bee things, pollinate places. I believe they produce honey. People like have them in hives and stuff, but they don't sting. It's amazing. But I do think that they might be dying out a little. So that's no good. But yeah, fun fact. Still haven't found a bottle brush, although my eyes are not well trained. So if they're not blooming right now, I may not be able to discover them, unfortunately. There were no bottle brushes to be found as far as I could see, but you can see a bottle brush on my Brisbane and Byron video. There's a bit where I get to Byron and there's like a lorikeet, that like pretty bird, crawling around on a bottle brush. But there's a lot of like just like ones that have like red bottles, and they're like seed. They spread their seed through those bottles, but also they're designed in such a way that if a bushfire happens, they can survive. So the tree is regenerative even in a bushfire. And my point was going to be basically that some Australian plants, I don't know much about Australian plants or plants in general, but the bottle brush is one of them. If a bushfire happens, they actually will regenerate. That's not an argument for bushfires, but it's just like an interesting fact that like Australian nature has dealt with such things so frequently in the past that it's actually developed that kind of evolutionary adaptation or whatever. I should say that not all Australian nature is regenerative, and certainly climate change is not something that our regenerative nature can just like deal with. So for example, koalas are endangered. I'm now going to make my way back to my beautiful hostel and watch some dance mums. Actually, I can't show any clips of that because of course what I'm recording on is my only device that works, because my computer is drenched in kombucha, and actually my AirPods are also not working because I may or may not have dropped them in the shower this morning. Good morning, it's 7 a.m. We're heading to a cafe called Blended Coffee or something, Blended something, and then we're going to go to a lookout, hopefully do all that before things open at like 9 or 10. Changed my mind about Blended, which is quite a relaxed vibe I'm looking for. It's a bit more kind of corporate. It's like in an office building. There's no one else here. There's very pointless places that can still be cool to be in. Well, we've made it to the lookout, and it is literally like a farm, I think. It's basically a farm. I have one bar of cellular, but it's very beautiful. I did think that there would be more than just this, but this is basically where the Uber dropped me off. There's not like somewhere to stand out or anything like that. But it looks like there's a walkway this way. So I'm gonna walk up this way and see if there's like a new perspective or something, but it looks pretty good from here. It is a bit far away though. I do wonder if that hill over there has another view. That looks like it's a decent way away. But yeah, I can see why people come up here. It's very pretty. I saw when I looked up to try to find a lookout, there's like one or two others. This one seems to, from what I can see, have the best view of like the whole city rather than just like glimpses, and it does. I see that a lot of people come up here for like sunsets and stuff, and that South Australia has really good sunsets. I won't be doing that. I mean, this also kind of feels like serial killer territory, to be honest, and South Australia has those, or has had those. I do forget just how bad the internet can be. Like there's a city right there, but already over here, like the internet is not very good. I think it's definitely a thing with the carrier that I'm on, but also with Australia in general. Like there's just less good coverage in some places. But yeah, it should be fine with one bar. Let's have a look at this lookout. These are magpies. They're very safe, but they will swoop down if you walk by their nest during swooping season when they have their babies. So just like put your hood up. This is crazy pretty. So this is Adelaide. It's actually so beautiful, like it's insane, like the color of the sky and yeah, the grass. There's a good reason why I came here early in the morning. It's because it's supposed to be 30 degrees today and it's now getting up probably into the 20s. I can feel the UV. And also the main thing that's bugging me about this lookout, I love it by the way, but the main thing that's bugging me is that there's flies. The flies are after me. I've also just discovered that there's at least one other person here with me. I have to leave so I don't get serial killed. Goodbye, lookout. Hello, friend. This is pointing in the direction away from the city, but look at those glistening hills. This is the fun part. I get to wait for 9 minutes for my Uber because we are in the middle of nowhere apparently. This is my station here. I'm just trying to look like I belong here. I just had to cancel that first Uber because the driver couldn't find me. So now I'm waiting for another one. We'll see how this goes. Otherwise I might just be stuck up here because I definitely can't walk down there. That is not giving walkable location. I think the problem is that this gate and the path that heads up that way is probably confusing to the Uber app, so maybe sometimes it sends them to try to grab me from the other side, but I'm not moving from here, so I think this one will go the right way, hopefully. But it's another 8-minute wait. Enjoying my spot here. Okay, now I have no service, which is so good. So it says that the Uber's coming in 3 minutes, but who knows if it's going to be here. And I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't come. So,